happening, everyone? Back for the third time today. RHMax in the house. What's happening, everyone? Oh, just had about 30 minutes. So I thought I would come on and be with you during the collapse of the greatest ecosystem on earth, PulseChain, and there within the greatest app you've ever seen, PulseX.com. Thought I'd be here with you before the imminent demise of all the products that literally were built by a genius billionaire founder, and how single-sided staking, happening or not, is a huge, amazing deal that apparently everyone bet all the money they put into PulseChain on it happening. I don't know. I think that's one of the hardest things is being around passively. I didn't start streaming and or even have Twitter and start being part of the community officially until maybe a year and a half ago or so. But been following Richard for 6 years. Everyone knows my story if you've been watching my channel for a while. And relating to the sentiment of the average holder or person in the community or the person who bought these coins, it's extremely hard. I've came across that. I'm just like, I don't know. The bear is one of the times where you really get to see people's confidence in their assets, in their community. I don't know. For me, it's just, I don't look at the price every day. I don't care what Richard tweets about. If he says there's single-sided staking one day, there's not. I'm in. Like, whatever, let's go. I'm in for the magic carpet ride. So I believe it's going to happen. It already happened once. I believe it's going to continue. My personal feelings. And I don't know why it's useful, productive, or any rational reasoning behind doubting anything Richard's doing or otherwise. Let me know if you'd like me to elaborate on that. I just don't get it. By the way, I'm not crying. This morning, I guess my morning voice, where, basically 30, 40 minutes after I woke up, didn't even get through a cup of coffee. I guess I sounded pretty deep earlier, but I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get the ups and the downs. I don't know how many times. Is there a way to say this without being a cliche? Is there a way to say that it's not a good idea to have expectations and to let your, to get the highs out of things going well, and then the opposite when things aren't going well? I don't know. I love this community. Yeah, the quirks and the beautiful things. It's just, I don't get it sometimes how just either the questioning. I mean, I get, people haven't been here long and they feel like they've been promised something, or they've been sold some story, or they don't understand Richard's mission, or they don't have faith in the founder. I get that part. I try to understand that part. But if you've been around for a while, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I have more confidence than many. None of this stuff phases me. It really doesn't. It does not faze me. I believe in the plan. I don't think we're anywhere close to the plan being fulfilled. And I don't lose hope anytime I see Richard say something or do something that I don't understand. I just assume that I tweeted this. I tweeted a lot today. Talked to a lot of people, replied and all this stuff. And I think that we have just a fraction of the frame of what he does. If you had the full frame, all the things that he does or doesn't do and all this stuff, it would make sense. But we don't have that. So you have to have faith. I want to talk about like a religion, because I don't like this cult annotation. But you really do have to have faith if you, I guess, I don't know. I don't want to say you have to. I try to stay away from you should, saying you should do this or you must have this, or obviously I don't give advice or predictions or anything like that. yeah, what makes me more comfortable with his ecosystem is, yeah, having faith in Richard Hart, pure and simple. And if I don't get something, that's on me. That's not, I don't need him to explain it to me. I know that he's putting the pieces together to get it done. Um, that's all. So anyways, this is PulseX AMA. I never thought I could do a PulseX AMA. I don't feel like I know everything about PulseX, but I definitely got more familiar with it in the last few weeks and all that stuff. So anyways, say hi to the chat. That was my very long intro. UFO to go. You tweeted this before I even talked about it or went live. I saw you must have got an alert or notification, been watching, so I appreciate it, man. Good to see you here. At the very least, RH could have permitted single side stake for PulseX ruler taking no downside. Left that is what makes Mark happy. I don't know. I think I went over some reasons, and I'll pull up my browser too to go to my Twitter because I kind of detailed some of these things, but I don't think that. I think there's legitimate reasons why he is not a fan of risk-free or low-risk places to put your money in his ecosystem, at least. So it kind of reminds me of the EHEX, PHEX farms. I know a lot of people like them. However, if that meant people emerging and staking their EHEX to participate, or otherwise, doing things that weren't, good for Hex, he made the adjustments, it sounds like. And then if he wants Hex to thrive, then competing with Hex, having single-sided staking, a low-risk place to put your assets, being a competitor to Hex staking, which is a low-risk place to put your assets, where you yield more Hex with Hex staking, yield whatever third-party token with PulseX staking. I could see, if you're a friend of Hex and you want it to succeed, you don't want to detract from it. You want to, I could see it making sense to do things that to help protect it and still help the other ones thrive, still help PulseX thrive and stuff. I think everyone's caught up in believing single-sided staking was going to happen for so long. Again, I said on the Lit stream today, Richard tweeted, it was not on the website. He never talked about it. He never said it was going to happen. He said he actually hinted he didn't really like it. And he said he didn't know if it's going to happen. And yes, it was in testnet V2B on the old BSC fork, on the very old testnet from like year and a half ago or so, when it came out. But testnets are for testing, right? So yes, you could, on one train of thought, it could be like, okay, it's on the testnet here. It's probably going to feed a feature because everyone is excited about it. But that's kind of, you're guessing, right? You don't know for sure. And that's kind of what happened here. I thought too, obviously single-sided staking, that sounds like a great thing. Never really thought much about, the consequences for Hex or anything else for it. But also, Ari just said a lot of things. He changed his mind about a lot of things too. So it may be one of those things the community wills to happen. But he may do it in a way that isn't as attractive before. I've heard people talking about that too. Maybe the APY is lower, so it's not directly competing with, other things that he wants to incentivize. Liquidity, I think he prioritizes, Hex's success, which again, pure speculation. Hex's success, the liquidity and the farm's success, because that brings, liquidity. That's the lifeblood of the ecosystem. Prioritizes those which have, Hex is a little risk. The farming, has impermanent loss risk and associated things like that. Opportunity cost is really the cost for locking up your coins. Yeah, in this way, if there's no time lock, there's even less risk as long as you trust the contract and stuff. As far as that goes, there's not even opportunity cost really, other than I guess there's a little bit, but much more with Hex staking. And he's just prioritizing, I think. And to him, single-sided staking isn't at the top of the list of what's best for the ecosystem. And if Richard thinks it's not the best, I don't think I'm smarter than Richard. So I got to defer, even if I don't, understand all the mechanics behind it. I got to think that he's thought this through. And, the power community is strong. Should the community vote for things implicitly or explicitly that are not as good for the ecosystem as a very smart rich man may be maybe thinking they are? There's a balance there. So I think that's part of it. And then the emotional part of it is, as everyone was waiting for this, and it's a letdown. I get it when you're waiting for something, you have expectations of something, and it doesn't happen. It's a letdown. Again, the expectations part. I'm a human being. Everyone's a human being, right? Unless you're a dog, maybe you're a dog on the internet, maybe you're at the keyboard. That's cool too. Maybe you're a duck named Greg. That's cool too. I believe I'm speaking to humans right now. It's natural for us to have expectations. However, if you're going to do that, you gotta understand the trade-offs. The trade-off is you may have disappointments. And especially when someone keeps telling you, don't have expectations, don't get your hopes up, I don't work for you, that kind of thing. And yeah, could he have been more explicit about it not happening before? Yes. But I think that's strategy. I think he didn't want to say it's not going to have it, because what if he found a way that it was good to do it, or a new feature or something, which still may happen. So I get being let down after you had expectations of something, it didn't happen. However, was it really that good? I mean, can we start talking about that? Was earning non-RH coins and projects you have no idea were going to be good or not, if you would like or not, you would hold or not, even if they're a high APY, yeah, the onboarding aspect of it, people launching new tokens brings more people in the ecosystem. There's pros and cons for sure. But I think we've been looking at the pros a lot. If we look at the cons, for me, maybe it's RHMaxi in me, I like earning coins that are RH coins. That's why I'm a validator. That's why I love the Teller Oracle stuff. I think it's important for the ecosystem. Bless everyone that's going to run them. That's great. And I hope a lot of people do. I hope it's very successful. I'm not, at least at this current time, I'm not interested in doing it because I don't want to earn. I'm interested. I'll say it this way. It's not that I'm not interested. I'm way more interested in being a validator because I'm earning Pulse. And I like RH coins the most. So that's how I'm thinking about it. I'll look in the chat and address some stuff as well. But let's move on here. Good question. UFO, always appreciate it, man. Or good comment to kick off some conversation. EMA, what's up, man? Max on Fire Night has a new target PLS price. It's great today. Buying some more. Yeah. I think these kind of things, it's like EX, PX. It's like, I don't know. So I think to a certain point, it's interesting to talk about, to understand the dynamics. But after that, it's kind of like, why are we, are we going to talk about single sign staking this whole week? I think Richard gave some pretty cool updates today. I want to talk about those while I'm up here too. We're going to set a second validator. Nice. Love my validators. Love locking up coins, participating in the network. Feels good, man. Feels good. Need to accumulate. Yeah. Funny enough, it has become cheaper to be a validator. It was like, did I tweet one time when PulseChain launched a week or two, when we were up 2.5, 3x, it was like 7 or 8K to be a validator. Now it dropped below 3K, I think. Shout out to Goldkey making that spreadsheet too. That was really cool. I'll bring that up in a second if I get to it during the stream. But yeah, I'm gonna place the chat real quick. Am I coming to Australia? Man, I'd like to go back to Australia. I've been in Sydney before. Great. Had a great time. October. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing that much international travel this year, or much travel at all this year, honestly. But I love Australia. Very beautiful place. Crazy animals. Love the accent. One of my favorite accents. It's an Australian accent. Fun fact. There you go. You're an animal. What's up, Bets? Hope your validator is syncing well. Hope it is. Godfather J6. Good to see you, man. You and that cute dog hanging out over there in the avatar. Got the peace sign, the flames, and the heart each time. Appreciate it, man. What's up, Robert? Chad is entered the building, just like the way Jay-Z says it. Tom, I'm going to post your first one, but the second one, what's up, Tom? Yeah, exactly. Faith and patience. If you waited 2 years, that's what I'm saying. If you've been around 2 years already, what's another 6 months? What's another year? Like, if you believe in the mission and you believe it's headed up, if you believe everything is headed up eventually, why aren't you just waiting? Why do you even care what happens in between? Unless you're trading. Again, be honest with yourself. Don't lie to yourself about that. Like, some people don't. Some people are honest about it. Yeah, I want to cash out ASAP. I will do whatever it takes to do that. Okay, that's fine. But that's you're going to have that kind of experience too. Just it's not going to be the delayed gratification experience. Just some guys I buy. Yeah. What's up, Davis? It's a great idea to have expectations. Woohoo, Moon. What's up, Gabe? Good morning from Thailand. I've been to Thailand as well. Very cool place. I hope to visit more often. Got some Hexicans in Thailand too. Believe in RH for the win. Yep. Don't do price predictions. Certainly hope it goes up though. I'm a potato. All right, Tom. You're having fun. Appreciate it. I want triple side staking. Yeah. Single side staking come later. Yeah, could come later. He did. He deleted a tweet today, and I haven't seen that. That was interesting. I'm not sure why, because he made a lot of tweets around it. I'm not even sure which one he deleted, but I thought he deleted one of them. It's like, did he accidentally say something that he thought would be taken the wrong way? I guess so, but I don't think I've ever seen him delete a tweet. So that was, doesn't really matter. It's just a fun fact. Probably wants more validators for single side thing. Yeah. Validators are importante. Very important. Hex is the biggest letdown sub penny. Well, it's easy to see it that way right now, especially if you bought higher. It's easy to see it that way. That's one way to look at it for sure. The other way to look at it is, what if it goes up and you're earning yield and you're getting T-shares and you're locked up so you can't, tempt yourself to sell too early, all that stuff. So keep the faith. That's right, Cody Blues. Yeah, it's so to this point, I don't even know what the APY would be or whatever, but wouldn't Richard want to incentivize Hex staking and help Hex rather than incentivize take all your PLSX and put it in a contract and earn other tokens? Wouldn't Richard, it makes sense that he would want to incentivize Hex, incentivize validators, incentivize people putting skin in the game and doing something, participating in the network instead of locking coins up. That is just more important. I'm not saying it's not cool and we shouldn't do it or anything. I'm just saying, if this is him prioritizing things, I think it makes sense if he's prioritizing things. Here are some PulseX updates. Yes, I will go to the Twitter here in a second and check it out. He gave some. There's not a lot of PulseX updates other than, what was it? The WPTC thing happened today. Yeah, I'll go over that. Wonderful. What's happening? Wonderful. It'll go up. We certainly hope so. Certainly hope so. All right, let me pull up the browser again. I'm going to go for about 15 more minutes and call it a night. Let's look at the pools or the farms. So single side staking, by the way, would be, it looks like it would be here. We've never seen it, right? But it looks like it would be pools, PulseX pools, stake PulseX, earn other tokens. It certainly sounds like single side staking. So the feature or the thing is still there. Maybe the code's still there. I don't know. Like, the page is there. So the door is open. Still might happen. Richard said that too. However, the farms, the only updates here. So what yesterday, did he do a 40x multiplier, 20x multiplier on the DAI? So that was changed, got updated. So a lot of people entered that pool. And then, yeah, incentive token pool is still pretty good. And then the new pool that was added back was WBTC ETH. And it pumped like crazy today. What did it go up like 100% or something? I don't have a chart. Let's see. Backtrainer.com. Chain. This is the I think this is it. WBTC PLS. I think this is the wrapped BTC because that would be around the price. So yeah, that makes sense. So, but well, let's look at the 15-minute chart, 4-hour chart. Okay. Anyways, yeah, that was whew. Look at that. Went up to what? 92, something like that. 105 even. Wow. Yeah, that went way up. I saw somebody who was screaming. Somebody was screaming the other day, like, I didn't pay much attention to them, but they were like, "Oh, the WPTC, the wrap BTC, they were like, buy it or Richard's going to make it go crazy or something." And I remember hearing them say that a week or two ago and being like, "Yeah, maybe, but it's a wrap copy. He already pulled the farm. Not sure what's going to happen." And then then we see Richard announce that today. Pretty funny. Let me go to Richard's Twitter too. Any of you not been around today? Not know like what's happened in the last? See, I streamed like 13, 14 hours ago. The last 13, 14 hours been interesting. Yeah, so here's a new WPTC farm. Again, any questions on PulseX? Put them in the chat because I'm gonna wrap up here in a few minutes. So this is the biggest thing. Devs have finite time. So good news here. Cool, right? Code.hex.com being worked on for PulseChain. AutoRedder being worked on. Upstream updates are being merged for the core clients. So it sounds like he's talking about the PulseChain validator clients. So this is just the dev process of, so we forked them and now we need to merge changes. If we want to keep them up to date, we need to merge changes from the official repos of Geth, Lighthouse, Prism, and Aragon. I don't know how I can't just say them like, I feel like they're only like my brothers and sisters. I can say the names really, really quick. I always like forget one or two. It takes me a second to think of it. So this is taking those updates and putting them in there. It could be performance, could be whatever. If there's any critical updates, that's when you'll get a quicker, like Richard will tweet, "Hey, update your Prism client, update your Lighthouse, update your Geth." But if it's just like, "Hey, minor changes, fixes here and there," just to keep things up to date. You want to do them regularly instead of, you don't want to do it like every 6 months because that's a lot of changes that, the devs need to test to make sure that our changes along with it still make sense. There's no breaking stuff. There's nothing that we want to, because, they change parameters and stuff. So we need to, they change things about the network. They want to make sure they're merging changes that aren't going to affect what we've changed already. And they can be blocking changes that we accept and we don't accept. So that's a big thing that keeps devs busy as well. Wallet Connect's being upgraded. Single side staking needs to wait. So again, not off the radar. Sounds like it's been deprioritized. And again, if he wants people to have a low risk way of earning yield with Hex, locking up their coins, if he wants people to become validators and provide liquidity, those three things sound like they're bigger priority and better for the ecosystem than single side staking. So it's just, the community wants it, maybe we'll get it, but it's one of those things that he's just not prioritizing right now. So because there's other things that he believes are more healthy for the ecosystem. So that's makes sense to me. And then let's see what else we got here. I guess that was just like a thread he was probably going on that one. Or did he just delete that that one? Was that the one he deleted? Okay, maybe it was. All right. All right, get your questions in because I am wrapping up here in a second. Just change the title on this stream just to let people know that I'm covering also updates because I don't know if we're going to clip this one or not. So all right, and then yeah, I don't have time to cover all the stuff that I'm talked about in here. Yeah, tweet us. Buy almost a fraction of a gummy bear for 1 PLS because their friends show me. Talking about, wow, we went down to 4027. 4027. I think we're back up to 3 now, I guess, because that's what PulseX says. Unless they're just rounding, but yeah, all those funny too. Catch your tweeting. EXPX parity? EPTC, WPTC parity? That's something. That's funny. Yeah, cool. Mr. Coins had some very nice words about being a PulseChain validator. Glad we could help onboard more people to the greatest ecosystem on earth. Yeah, this is what was cool. So Gold Key released a video. He didn't tweet about it yet, but I saw it on the feed, so I tweeted about it, and then asked him in the comments too, could you make a multiplier? So if you want to figure out PulseChain validating versus your Maximus stakes and the yearly, these are estimated cost. Obviously this is running at home, running the cloud can be different. You have monthly cost versus one-time cost, and then how much money you're putting into it, and then it's based on pulse price. But basically, you can play with these numbers if you want. Try to come up with some things. Again, number of validators, the APY, and the pulse price are the 3 main things that affect how much money you can make on a PulseChain validator. And all 3 of those things are variable. APY and PulseChain price especially, and the validators, of course, is how many 32. Oh, we did 100. Okay, this is how I was like, that looks different. 32 million. So this is 32 million times 100, 3.2 billion, it appears to be. And yeah, 100 that's actually interesting. 100 validators, yearly earnings. Cool. And this is based on, I think Feeder said yesterday, 10,000 estimated per day per validator. So pretty cool spreadsheet. I'll put that in the chat as well. Tomorrow, it's either just going to be me, probably around 12 or 1 o'clock Pacific, or Access Live may join me as well, either today or next week. We shall see. So a pretty cool calculator. You can see the Maximus coins versus this. You can put 1, you can put 100 here and all that stuff. Play with it if you feel like doing that. And yeah, this is my tweet about it. So yeah, this is, yeah. So I watched a couple of Somi videos, and that's where I got some ideas for, why Richard may be prioritizing some of the other stuff versus single side staking. If you want staking yield, buy Hex. You get rewarded for yes. Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. I'm going to wrap up, go to the questions real quick. And then, yeah, I'll just put it here for a sec. Parity incoming. Whew, that'd be something. That you want to get the crypto ecosystem's attention. Have a copy of a coin reach parity with something like Bitcoin. That would probably get people's attention. What's up, Duke? Welcome, welcome. We need more dump still. Yeah, I can't help but feel, but we can't or get shaken out. And at a certain point, there'll be certain people left, and then people come back. People won't come back. New people come in. Be interesting. I don't wish the pain on anyone, but who knows what's going to happen macro-wise this year too. Let's see. Another great deal. Did you say something? Another great deal? Okay. Oh, B Roots might have said the parody. I don't know. If you had a project want to participate, airdropping yield, how would you do it? Is there a link to contact RH to participate? Interest? No. Not sure I understand. So if the worst thing was out of staking, yeah, I don't know exactly how how you would. Yeah, I don't know what the process is to participate if you were a team wanting to airdrop. I'm not sure exactly. So I imagine if that was getting opened up, RH would hopefully tweet about the process and be like, hey, teams, you want to launch on PulseX, this exciting DEX? Here's the process. Maybe something. That's another thing. Like, there's no documentation around that. So anyways, needs to wait. Yep. What's your opinion on PHUX and PulseX rival? I don't think they're rivals. I think they're complementary. I think that PHUX, I like PHUX. I like the team behind it and all that stuff. And I think that they do things that PulseX doesn't do, and that's okay. There's going to be all kinds of market opportunities to do that. The stablecoin swap is pretty cool. The farms and the multi-coin ratio where it's pretty cool, doesn't it? So if you do different weights, if you don't weight them, if you don't put in exact stuff, it can buy and sell to get the other coins. I think it's pretty interesting. So it's just very different to balance or fork instead of a Uniswap or Cake fork. And it does a lot of cool stuff. So I've heard Buck talk about it a lot, Dylan talk about it a lot. I think it's interesting. I think it's one of the few DEXs I will pay attention to. I'll say that. I mean, few projects, honestly. I don't pay attention to a lot of new projects. Even if they look good, I'm like, I only have so much consciousness, so much time. And I really try to, only talk about things that I like and I think are healthy for the ecosystem. So far, I think it's complementary instead of a rivalry. Can you explain the V1 farms? I mean, other than you want to explain the basics, there's on V1, there's farms. As far as I know, this for the liquidity fees, they get burned, or at least most of them. On V2, there's no farms, but if you provide the liquidity, it's the regular, whatever the rules are for PulseX, you earn the LP fees. And on V1, you earn incentive token. There's APR. It can go up and down based on a number of factors. There's different multipliers. And you get these tokens. So it's kind of like I was watching Coffee yesterday. He mentioned an interesting way. It's kind of like you're getting these tokens. You're staking these tokens, these PLP tokens, basically, but you're making PLP tokens out of these different pairs. So you're essentially staking. Farms are just like you're just staking these PLP tokens made out of the pairs for liquidity you put down in order to earn incentive token. Used to, before there was V1 and V2 of farms, you were all supposed to earn LP fees, and then whoops, and then now we have two versions. One version I affectionately call burn, which burns LP fees, at least most of them, and then V2 is earn, which there are no farms on, which we don't know if there can be farms there or not, but at least there's places to provide liquidity. So yeah, so the farms versus liquidity is like liquidity, you put up the two pairs and you earn fees. And the farms, you put up the two pairs, you get a new token. You get the token, the LP token, which doesn't earn fees on V1. However, if you stake that token, then you can earn ink. So, I don't know if I can go to a lot of detail about this stuff, but hopefully you get the basics of how this stuff works. And I got a ton of videos. Search RHMax, liquidity provided AMA number 3. I just did talks about a lot of stuff too with me and Sloth and Dylan from. I always say Dylan from Fiat, but now it's Dylan from Fiat, PHUX, Fame. I don't know if they're the same thing actually, and something else they got. What's the difference between stake LP and enabling a contract on L1? I'm not sure I understand the question. Staking LP and enabling contract on L1. Enabling a contract. Yeah, I'm not sure I understand. If you could repeat it again? I'm about to wrap up, but tweet at me if you can elaborate at RHMax on Twitter if you want to restate the question. It's a little bit more detail or reference. Can you do a video when you find a cheaper cloud service? I'll definitely mention it. I haven't really started looking around yet. I've deprioritized it. Except, once I get my cloud bill again, I'll probably be like, oh, let's look, because it's just too much. It'll probably be $400, $500, $600 for AWS, and I think a fair price would be like $200 or $300. But I don't know where to get that fair price yet. Doing it in the cloud. Maybe DigitalOcean I'll check out. I don't think Azure is going to be a better deal. I don't think GCP and Google is going to be a better deal. I want to try like a smaller provider, so maybe DigitalOcean's a popular one. There's a bunch of different small cloud providers, but I'll check them out. I do like AWS's features and stuff too. Yeah, I don't know. I think if they're cheaper, they'll be marginally cheaper because they're like the big cloud, right? There's a big tech, there's big cloud. It's like I said, if Pulse is a penny, is it too high? That's why I think these are like very short-term problems. I mean, in my opinion, not financial advice, obviously, but like if I believe the Pulse price is going to grow, does it matter if I'm paying $400, $500, $600 a month? If in the future it's going to be like, murdering the APR. Again, a lot of people can't afford it. They want to afford it, whatever. I'm more of like, I'll spend money to save time a lot. And I like the features of the cloud. I like not having to worry about uptime and downtime and stuff. I like the snapshot features. I think there's a lot of pros to it, but you pay for it. You pay more. So yes, exactly. No expectations. All right. I think that's all I got for y'all. So again, yeah, I had to have some fun with this one. Is it back? Not back? In progress, deprioritize. Hard to say, but yeah, I think things are good. So everyone out there, have a good rest of your night. And looks like Pac-Man bought some dips. Pac-Man bought some dips he could have there. Cool, man. Hopefully everyone's out there getting some good deals. And eventually, you never know. Historically speaking, crypto goes up from time to time. Don't know when that's going to be, but I'm prepared to wait. Been waiting for a long time. Have some fun. Have some fun while you're waiting. That's what I'm trying to do. Appreciate you guys. I will see you tomorrow, unless I don't feel like it, and then I won't. But I'll probably stream a couple more times, get some more streams in, and it'll be good. So, everyone, Scivive and 5555, we are out.